Hey guys, what's good? It's your girl Lids here. This is a very lazy setup. I'm using my vlogging camera for this video. I'm tired and I couldn't be asked to set up my normal video camera. But anywho, I'm gonna do a book review today. The book I'm gonna be talking about is American Street, and it's written by Ibi Zoboi'S. I hope I've said that correctly. I've got the Kindle version, so I'm gonna insert a picture of the front cover. It's a young adult fiction novel. I'm really feeling my young adult contemporary fiction at the moment. It's an easy read, and I've just been feeling for like easy reads at the moment, you know what I mean? So easy reads with good meanings and good messages behind it, and this is definitely what American Street provides. As I said, it's written by Ibi Zoboi'S. She's an American Black American writer, and basically the story is about a young girl called Fabiola Toussaint, and she is Haitian. And so she's born in America but grew up in Haiti with her mother, and basically she's must be 16, 17 now, and her mum are going to move back to America. So the story begins with her and her mum making their way to Detroit. So Detroit is where they're going to be living, and that's where the rest of their family are, so like her cousins and her auntie and stuff. So they're not flying direct to Detroit, they're flying like a connection flight, and they get stopped in JFK, and her mum gets detained by immigration, and that's where the story begins. So she has to continue her journey to Detroit without her mother, and basically the rest of the story is about how she deals with adjusting to this completely new life. And as I said, although she's American, she grew up in Haiti, so it's completely new to her. So the story just follows, you know, her trying to fit in, knowing that she's different, knowing that she's come from a completely different background, like she's not cool, she's a little bit of a nerd, and it's just her trying to navigate her way, but at the same time obviously doing everything that she can to try and get her mum to where she is. And what I really loved about it is, as I said, it's like they're a Haitian family, so it is laced with like magical realism, but it's not too heavy within the story. So Fabiola's spirituality is really what keeps her grounded within the story, and her cousins look at her like what the hell, like, you're a crazy woman. But really and truly, without that spirituality, without that magical realism, she would not, I don't even know what would have happened to Fabiola. So that was a really important part of the story. It's a coming of age story. So what I just really loved is just how I loved the dynamic relationships within the story. So I think the most beautiful relationships for me is the relationship she formed with her cousins. Even though at first they teased her because she's a little bit sneaky, you can imagine like growing up in Haiti, not very fashionable and stuff like that. So she came to Detroit, and her cousins did their best to just try and, you know, make her a little bit more stylish. But I just thought the relationship between them was just really cute, and they really took her in, like, you know, they were sisters. And that was important for me, because within Black families, when you grow up with your cousins, you literally are like siblings. That was reflected really well within the story. So I definitely think like my favourite relationships that played out within that story was her relationships with her cousin. I think it's also a really important book because of like the time that we're in now. So there's a lot in there. You know, there's diasporic lessons. There's the idea of like going to somewhere new and not feeling like you quite fit in. There's also, you know, the fact that her mum got detained by immigration. That's real right now, especially like the state of America at the moment. People are feeling scared, you know, that they just can't move freely. It's really current, and it's a really important story to tell. As I said, it's a coming of age story, so the story is told from Fabiola's point of view, but the fact that the story opens with her mum being detained, you would think that the whole story would be about her trying to get her mum back and everything that she does. But I feel like somewhere in between that starting point gets a little bit lost, and I would have liked to see a little bit more of that. I would have liked to see that still be the crux and the core of the story, which I don't feel it was. So that would be like my only criticism of the book. It's a lovely book. I think it's a book I would want like my younger cousins to read, just because I feel it's so important to feel like you do have a place of belonging, and wherever that might be or however you might find that, it's really important for us to be able to seek it out. Hold on, my cat is scratching at the door. Oh, come on. You would want to come in when I'm actually filming a video, innit? Oh, right. Where was I? I feel like Ibi Zoboi'S, she does explore a number of different themes and issues. Obviously the story is told from Fabiola's point of view, but there are a few chapters in the book where, you know, you get to see the point of view of other characters. So issues explored would include you know, LGBT issues. One of her cousins is lesbian, so she's obviously she's a young girl, she's 16, 17, and she's also trying to find herself. There's domestic abuse that is explored, and that's quite a difficult one because that's with one of her other cousins, and they're all the same age, and it's real. You have these young girls who they fall in love with these guys, and from a very young age they're actually in these abusive relationships, and they swear to God that the guy it's the last time that the guy's gonna do it, and you know, he loves them or whatever, but you know, it really is their downfall. So that is explored as well. It's a really good book. I just really enjoyed it. It's the spirituality and it's the magical realism that really for me, that was the most loveliest and most beautiful part of the story, and that her spirituality, it really kept her grounded, made her stand out from the rest of the young people. I feel like spirituality is often something that is quite missing when it comes to young people. It was really nice to see someone who, like, she was like 16, 17, really looked towards a different type of spirituality, not like religious, but something that was just like natural for her. There's this piece of hair that just is not sitting right, keeps sticking up. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. The story starts with, you know, her mum being detained by immigration. There's stories in the news now currently in the UK of like citizens from Commonwealth countries that were invited over to the UK, you know, post Windrush, to help put the country back together because it was in bits. You know, there's stories of you know, them being immigration wanting to send them back home, send them back to where they've come from. So there's petitions and everything running to offer amnesty to these people that have come home, and they may not be British citizens. They're still like Commonwealth citizens, but they've spent the past how many years here in the UK, so they deserve to be here. I felt like that resonated because I know that's currently happening in the UK. I can't really, it's not happening to anyone close to me, but as someone from Jamaica, a Commonwealth country, it resonates, you know. So I felt like this story was important then, because whilst Fabiola and her mum, they grew up, like, she was born in America. Her mum might be Haitian, but she spent like the best part of like her early life in the States, decided to go back home to Haiti to live for a little while, then wanted to come back and wasn't allowed to, even though she spent the most part of her life in the States. This is what a lot of people are feeling right now. They're in countries that, the only countries that they know that they've ever really been in, but because of this citizenship, because of, you know, this piece of paper that says that you belong here, you just end up feeling like you don't belong anywhere. Those are my thoughts on American Street by Ibi Zoboi'S, who I really hope that I'm saying her name correctly. Yeah, I would definitely recommend it. As I said, it's a very easy read. It took a little while for me to get into the book, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like it was quite slow at the beginning, and for a while I was thinking, I don't know if I'm gonna finish this, but I pushed through with it and I'm really glad that I did. So I would say that it probably took me, once I was into it, took me like maybe two days to finish. If you're looking for like a young adult fiction story that looks at you know, themes of belonging, you know, a little bit of magical realism laced within it, stories for like the diaspora and children of the diaspora, I would absolutely recommend this book. That's my review, I suppose, of American Street. I'm currently reading, I've just started reading Children of Blood and Bone, and I know everybody's reading that. If you liked this video and this review, thumbs up, subscribe to my channel as well, and if there's anything you want me to talk about, yeah, comment, let me know. What do you want me to discuss? Because I'm you know me, I can talk about anything. I'm gonna see you guys in the next video. Peace.